Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night.
Here we go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. There you go, Tiger. Set. Lady.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there on the first play of the game. 43 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Check safety. Here we go, trip left. Set. Red 80. Hut.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Guys, check him out. He's going to sit right.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gun.
Hey, you're on an island over there.
Watch you now, Barney.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Being chased out left. And his first pass is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Left
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check three.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now then the penalties got them set up with a 1st and goal.
Give me that ball, defense.
Leopard! Leopard!
Give me that ball, defense. Check 43.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Zebra. Run to the hunt.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
SOS. Hey, 20. Mike, he's coming.
Back to the air, Tannehill on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Gone! Over! Hut!
Allen now on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Detroit!
Give him 30 yards
Back out
there.
of that Philly! Here we
A
go!
great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Over!
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Flush to his right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw, it's Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Over! Watch it now, Barney!
Throwing is Allen on third. Escaping the pressure right. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills will extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They begin on the ground with Rivera, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
We out. Hey, we got 3 down. Ready?
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Looking deep for Gabriel. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taylor Gabriel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Here they come, here they come, here they come. Hot, 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 hot. Blitz!
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Back him up, back him up. Back 99 Philly, here we go. No. Check, Patriot, Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Check 44, check 44.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Watch right. Hey.
No. Check, Patriot, Patriot.
You got tight right there.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch you now, Barney. Gun.
On 3rd down, Allen. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with a bit. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch 17.
Watch you now, Barney. Over.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got it at the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
We got three, fellas. We got Clay. He's coming. Double up.
Go.
Tannehill on 1st down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Deuce. Set. Red 30.
Check, 48's the mic.
Hut.
Watch the screen.
Hut.
2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I know you feel that.
Let's go.
Shit.
Where you at? Set.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Here we go.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Right there. Set. Blue 30.
Off play action, Tannehill. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there?
Hey, 20,
a nice
20,
attacking
20.
play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here you go, Tiger. Set. 30.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
On first down, Allen. It's caught. Lockett. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Gun! Over! Check 15.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right.
Crash!
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that anytime they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now, check, Patriots!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Go!
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
Run!
That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Right there, all day, baby.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Smith catches left side. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Tight end right. 4 down. Set. With 30. Check 99. Check 99. Go. 28.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be out right at the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Hey, 4 down. Yo, 28. Kill. Here go, triple left. Like 28. Hut.
On 1st down, Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, a 22. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Set. Lady. Hey, 20. Zebra. Check 9. Go.
To the air again, Tannehill. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Gun! Watch you now, Barney!
Check.
Hut!
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After the success they had on the 2nd play of the drive, I think they were trying to recreate it with that pass, weren't they?
Yeah, they were trying to go a little tic-tac-toe, 3 plays and in the end zone.
I like that. Can I just put the X in the middle of the block as the defense just did there?
Sure. Allen will try again on 2nd down.
Check nickel.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. 24, check 24.
Allen to throw once more. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time.
That's it. Big hit.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
A give. This is Kamara. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there, 78 yards, and the Bills will extend their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run it again with Kamara. Shreds the tackle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Hey, 20.
From the gun, here's Tannehill, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On the counter, here's Kamara. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to flare up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Let's go. Get set. Set.
Again, it's Kamara. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing on third down, Tannehill looking deep for Gabriel. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Taking it about the 16. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Gun!
Now Allen throwing on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Over the middle here to Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's going deep for Brown. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Here's Allen to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And again, it's Allen. Man open left side is Brown. Flashed a nifty move, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Check safety, check safety.
He'll get it up the middle. And now running right through it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Gold is able to put it through. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Round 80.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Trent Murphy in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 2nd down, Kamara. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Right there, right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill, escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Let's go. 30.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Set. 28.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Here they come.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get, all right? 300, that means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, They've got to pay it off with some points.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Tannehill. And he's got Will Tye complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. From the 2 now, second and goal.
We're all walking. Deuce. Set. Ready?
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2.
Let's go. Get set. Hey, watch that. Hey, let's go. We're the 8.
Out of the gun, Tannehill dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So Allen's going to look to throw. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Now, a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Deuce. Set.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
They get the penalty yardage back, plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. They've reached their goal already of winning 9 games. Now I think it's time to set some new goals.
I agree with you totally. It seems to me that they sold themselves just a little bit short. When every season begins, every team points to 10 wins as the number you have to really make a strong push for the playoffs. They're close to that number now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
you